This is October 31st, 2012.
North will begin today at 2 p.m. and limited
This is Staten
service
Island.
on the subway system will begin tomorrow.
Well, CBS 2's Sean Hennessy is in Chopper 2 HD. You're seeing the pictures there over Belmar, New Jersey. Sean.
Yeah, Mary and Rob, good afternoon. We are hovering above Staten Island, and you're looking at video of a 168-foot tanker that was literally moved a mile from where it was docked. Just to give you a sense as to just how forceful Sandy was. A mile, 168-foot tanker, and you can see the front end of it just lifted right up onto the road and onto the shore, and it's been there, obviously, ever since the storm. No telling when or how authorities are going to be able to remove that tanker, but just gives you a sense as to the awesome strength of Mother Nature. Jim, if we can pan down to the left of the screen, you can see we're hovering above some more damaged. Parts of Staten Island look like an absolute war zone. You can see some boats and some yachts absolutely tossed around like they were toys. The barrier here serving really very little resistance. You can see these boats just tossed around up against the building as if they weren't even there. And Jim, if we can pan it off to the left a little bit, see some of the docks right here where the boats were next to. These docks kind of resemble the Jersey Shore boardwalk. That is no more. These docks absolutely ripped apart and ripped away, and these huge barges just moved like they were little pieces of toys here along Staten Island. So the area really exemplifying just the strength of Sandy. A huge tanker moved a mile away from where it was. These yachts pushed up against the barrier, pushed up against these buildings. The docks absolutely torn apart. So much damage here. Staten Island really exemplifying just the strength of Sandy, Rob and Mary.
Joe, exactly, we don't have a map in front of us, but what part of the island are you over right now?
I think we're on the southern part of the island, right near the bridge. We're about maybe a quarter mile from the bridge. So yeah, that's exactly where we are. About a quarter mile from the Verrazano Bridge.
Wow, look at those boats just piled up.
Incredible to see that. Sean, when you're looking at it from the air, does it look like there is power in some parts of that area there with traffic lights?
It's tough to say. We're seeing traffic in that, Jim. If we could just go north a little bit, it's tough to say. We're seeing cars moving left to right. They're moving here and there, but it's tough to see if there's much power going on. Cars are going places, and people are checking out the damage, but it's difficult to ascertain from this angle if there's much power. I would imagine, given the length, the status of the damage, where you're looking at it right now, or where you were near the docks, probably not, but certainly going inland. These buildings, people are coming in and out, so perhaps, but it's just difficult to tell from up in the air here.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic, more than I had expected. It looks like people are parked around some places, so perhaps some of those businesses down there are open. So, Sean, you've made your way now, Chopper 2 HD. You were along the Jersey Shore not too long ago. Now you're on Staten Island. Your overall impressions as you travel from place to place?
It's interesting. The camera can only do so much justice when it's on the ground. But when you're up in the air, and we're up roughly 2,000 feet in the air, 1,700 feet, it really gives you a whole different perspective. You can just see large swaths of damage. A camera looking straight ahead, you can see a building. But when you're up here, you can see all the buildings. And what was most telling was what we were seeing over at Breezy Point. I mean, talk about looking like an absolute war zone, which is what Mayor Bloomberg said yesterday. It does look like something post-World War II. And up here, when you're seeing this huge 168-foot tanker moved around like it was a toy, and see all these boats, it just really adds so much perspective as to what Mother Nature can do, what Sandy can do, and just how much damage was done, and what these people who live here are now stuck with. They've got to do the cleanup. They've got to rebuild. And when you look up here, it just really puts into perspective just how much damage and how much destruction and how powerful Mother Nature was a couple of days ago. This cleanup, boy, as Governor Cuomo said, going to cost billions, and really you can just see firsthand from up here why it's going to cost billions. Cleanup's going to take forever, it seems.
Wow. Sean Hennessy aboard Chopper 2 HD. We do appreciate your reports